Alright, so I wanted to make a video on my experience with alcohol and drugs and what I've learned so far, and the part that alcohol and drugs play on your brain. And I just wanted to go over a couple of the systems of your brain and what I've learned about them so far. So I'm just going to go over two systems to start, and that's your prefrontal cortex and your amygdala. And so your prefrontal cortex is you. It is like your personality. It is what makes you up. It is the control center, the people behind the machine, the person in charge is your prefrontal cortex. And your prefrontal cortex has the power to control the rest of your brain. Like, it is the driver's seat. But it's not always in control. So your amygdala exists. It's one of the oldest parts of your brain. It's right above your brainstem. It developed in our ancestors, people that crawled out of the sea, like this was their brain. This is what existed. And the reason that this still exists is it controls our autonomic nervous system, like our breathing, our respiration, our heart rate, all those things. Our emotion regulation. It came about to exist to protect us from predators. So here's this external stimuli, this external thing attacking me, and your amygdala goes, whoa, and reacts immediately, as opposed, and it bypasses the prefrontal cortex. So oh, that burned me. You didn't have to think, wow, my hand is burning. Your amygdala just goes, that burned me. The issue is that this system often, when you're in a state of, you're getting a little bit upset, you're having anxiety and stuff, this system will take control over this system. And it will feel to you like, this is just me, I'm just having anxiety, the world is ending. But this system is really what's taking over your prefrontal cortex, taking over you. So I also wanted to talk about GABA, which is it's a neurological blocker, and it is always flowing through your blood at any point in time. And all that it does, say these are your receptors in your brain, it kind of attaches to each receptor in your brain, and it only allows a certain amount of each molecule to get through and attach to these receptors. Well, when you use alcohol, even just a little bit, even one drink, it floods your body with GABA, and then your body goes, oh hey, there's a bunch of GABA here, we don't need to produce any more GABA. And so when the alcohol is gone from your system, it kind of short circuits your brain, right? And these get flooded with more chemicals, neurological transmitters than they're normally used to, and it short circuits the brain, and it sends your brain into your amygdala, into this reactive state, instead of being in your prefrontal cortex and being you. So even just a couple drinks a day, even just a little bit of drugs, it doesn't matter really what you're consuming. They all have this effect. I mean, psychedelics are a different thing. They don't work on the same systems. Hard drugs and alcohol are specifically what I'm talking about, especially alcohol and benzodiazepines. So what I'm getting to, my whole point of this, is that when you consume alcohol, your body's flooded with GABA, alcohol or drugs. Your brain is flooded with this GABA, and then that GABA's gone. Your brain short circuits, and you are left in your amygdala, in your anxiety. The world is ending. Everything is falling apart. That's because you're in this part of your brain, not in your prefrontal cortex. And just even the littlest consumption of alcohol can do that. There is hope for all this, because this is a state of mind, and you can practice and you can build up your prefrontal cortex, and you can strengthen these neurological pathways so that you're going from here to here instead of going immediately to this reactive state. Mindfulness, meditation, exercise, they're all things that put you back in the driver's seat. So my argument to this whole thing was that even just the smallest consumption of alcohol separates you from yourself.